Good evening, everyone. It's Proctor here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do brakes on your Honda Civic. It's actually very, very easy. So I'm actually doing this in my driveway. It's so easy. So I'm going to run you by this. We're doing pads and rotors on this, and we're going to clean them up and service them because they are fucking disgusting. So yeah, I'm going to run you guys by tools you're going to need. So you're going to need a 17mm socket or wrench, 14mm wrench, flathead to get the hardware out. You're going to need vice grips or something to push the piston back. You're going to need some kind of brush just to get all the corrosion off, and a breaker bar so when you reinstall it. As well, it's always useful to have the wheel lock, so at least you can get the wheel lock off so you can get the wheels off. So you're going to have two bolts. You're going to have 14mm here and here. I'll show you right there and there. Now behind here, you're going to have 17mm, a big bolt, and one on the top and the bottom. I'm really shitty at instructional videos, so please bear with me. So, first thing we're going to do is take the caliper off. So this is your caliper here, right there, and this is your bracket. So we're going to be taking the bracket off anyway just to clean it up, and so we can get this rotor off. Very simple. So we're going to take off, I've already loosened these just so you guys can see how this works. So, this is your 14mm holding on the caliper, and there's two of those. Alright, and now we're going to get our flathead. And we're just going to gently pry the caliper away from the pads, the rotors, the bracket, without breaking this brake hose right here. If you rip this, you're kind of screwed. I've already loosened it just so I don't wreck it. And this is your piston inside the caliper. So we're going to push this piston back with our vice grips here, just so the new pads will fit in. Make sure to watch the boot so you don't tear it. In this case, these are going back very, very nice and free, which is very, very good. I'm just going to get some of the crap off the boot. Can't have crap on the boot, my friends. And these were long overdue, these brakes. These are probably not the originals, but maybe the second set. Set it on here so you don't wreck the hose. Make sure your sliders are free, and in this case they're totally seized. And we're just going to take the pads out one by one, and on these Honda Civics the sensor is on the bottom on the inner pad. So remind me of that. Then we're going to take the 17mm bolts holding the bracket on out. And that's what that looks like. Then we're going to take the top one out, and this will drop, so please make sure to get your hands going in place to catch it. Sometimes it does loosen, it's been rusted on here so long. So these are your sliders, and they're supposed to be nice and free. But as you can see, they're totally seized, so I'm going to have to clean these up as best I can. And in this case, I'm actually going to go to the extent to wiggle these out and clean them. It's always recommended to have a wire wheel to do this, but I don't have one at my house, so I'm going to improvise. These are very, very seized. No good. Which is probably why the pads started to wear so unevenly. Okay. So I'm going to get these out and clean them up, and then I'm going to continue the video. Okay, so I have serviced the sliding pins. They're nice and free now, as you can see. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the hardware, which is this, and then we are going to clean up the bracket with my nice wire brush here, simply by just going like this inside until there's not near as much rust. I am so sorry guys, I'm doing this on my phone today and it's quite a pain. Okay, so we got all these nice and serviced up. So now I'm going to get my easy slide and I'm going to put this on the inside of the bracket here, like that. Just so they're nice and free. Hopefully this is going to be a somewhat okay quality video, considering this is being done on my cell phone right now. Okay. I promise, guys, I will get a new camera eventually. Bought a Nikon, but it didn't work out. So we got all that serviced up, so we're ready to go. Now we have to get the hardware out of the new brake pad box. Hopefully it has some. And this is your new hardware here. So we're going to put this in the new, we're going to put this in the bracket here. Nice and shiny and new. So compare the old to the new, eh? Garbage. So these are simply going to go in, just like that, and just press them in to fit. Make sure they line up nicely. So it'll look like this after. And then you're going to get some easy slide and put it in here as well. Just like that. Now I am taking a couple shortcuts just because I am not at work right now, and this is my own car. But when I get the chance, I will do this at work, just to clean everything up properly. Okay, so that side's done. Now we're going to do the other side. We'll put this in here. Alright, hardware is in. And now we're going to put easy slide on this side. And you're basically just going to repeat this for the other side as well. It's pretty much the same thing. It's almost identical, to be honest. Okay, so the bracket's all serviced. That's ready to go. So now we're going to take off the rotor. So I'm going to hang my caliper up on the quick strut here, just because. And the rotor should just slide off. Key word, should. Sometimes there's a lot of rust build up. Come on. She's very seized. Okay, so I'm going to bang this off with a hammer and I will continue the video. Okay, the rotor is off. So, like I said, I don't have my tools from work. So I'm kind of doing this on the flip side. Look at all that rust. Got all the Canadian winters. Usually I would get like a wire wheel or some kind of sanding device to get all this shit off. Okay, so there we go. That's all good to go. So now I'm going to put some anti-seize on here so we don't have to deal with this stuck rotor again. Provided it hasn't gotten all screwed up, because this anti-seize has been sitting in my garage for like a year. Yeah, it's pretty grainy. Here I'm going to use the other stuff. Just because, why not? You really just need it around the hub ring here, just because that's where it sticks most of the time. But I like to do the whole hub just in case. You never know, right? Getting her done. Slowly but surely, I'm making this video for you. I'm sorry it's such bad quality, but it gives you kind of an idea of how to do this. Alright, so the hub is basically ready to go. So now I'm going to get the new rotor, and we're going to throw that. got the new rotor. It's beautiful. Okay. I didn't bring any brake cleaner, but I'm gonna do this after. Just get all the packaging crap off it. There we go. The new rotor should go right on. It slides right on like a buttercup. And trust me on this is gonna make your life so much easier. Get your lug nut and just put it on here so the rotor, you're not screwing with it the whole time. Remember to take it off before you try to put the wheel back on. A lot of kids make that mistakes. Okay, so we got the rotor on. So now we're going to get our bracket and our two 17mm bolts, and we're going to throw that on. And you got to make sure these are tight as shit, because you don't want your brakes flying off on the highway. And then you're going to have no brakes, and you're going to kill a family of kids. I do not accept liability if you die for your own stupidity and not tightening these. So yeah, I'm just gonna tighten the bracket up with a long bar. Very shitty long bar. Okay, that should be tight. That's tight. Like, I mean, like, tight as hell. Like you're holding your newborn for the first time. Alright, so now we're gonna get our pads. And remember guys, on these Hondas, the sensor is on the inside of the bottom. Very, very, very common mistake. I see it every day. Okay, so sensor at the bottom, we're going to put this pad on the inside. May have to play with them a little bit. Someone just grinded a gear good. Also, they must be free, not stuck in there. I'm just doing this for demonstration. This should just fall in like butter. Okay, so now we're going to get our outer pad. Well, this side falls in like butter. The top did. God, these are sticky. This is quite a pain. Okay, so I'm going to get this in, I'm going to continue the video. Okay, so pads are in. Now we are just going to, sorry for my camera on this beer table, it's not working out. So we got the pads in now, we're all good to go. So now we're going to put some easy slide on here. And then we're going to put the caliper on top, and then we're good. Beautiful. Just where the bracket touches. And then on the back side. Alright. And we're going to get the caliper and put a little bit on the piston. Throw the caliper back in. Get our two 14mm bolts, right? Put the caliper on there. start the bottom one as well. Then we're going to get our 14mm wrench from somewhere in the abyss. There it is. Tighten up the caliper here. Not very good in my English today, to be honest. This is my own car, don't worry, it's not a customer's, otherwise I do it a lot nicer. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, and you have just completed a brake job on your Honda Civic. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is how it looks. And that bolt right there is the 17, that's the other 17, your 14, and your 14. And that is how she goes.